Fight!
It's 2016, which marks the 20th anniversary of my favorite console of all time, the Nintendo 64, which coincidentally has one of my favorite controllers of all time. And there's lots of jokes about the Nintendo 64 controller on the internet, like it was designed for people with 3 hands, or only an octopus could use it, or all other nonsense like that, but I love this thing, and I'm always looking for new ways and new reasons to get it back out again. And thanks to some really smart hackers, some video game Tony Starks, if you will, you can now use the Nintendo 64 controller on your Wii or Wii U console by plugging it in to your Wii remote. Let's check it out. I'm using an adapter that I purchased from Raphnet Technologies, which I'm pretty sure is run by a wizard. On offer are a huge variety of different kinds of controller adapters, allowing you to connect retro controllers to different consoles or even your PC. I had purchased a Nintendo 64 to GameCube adapter a few years ago, which I used to play N64 Virtual Console games on Wii. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with the Wii U GameCube controller adapter, so I picked up the N64 to Wii remote cable. Your Wii U, or even Wii, will actually recognize it as a classic controller, although the different button configurations mean they don't line up perfectly. Fortunately, by performing different button combinations, you can swap between different setups that are configured for different games. But yeah, it works, and you can use your N64 controller for anything you could use a classic controller for, including browsing Miiverse. I'm pretty sure that I'm the only person in the world to ever browse Miiverse using a Nintendo 64 controller, which is pretty rad. It's also great for playing Virtual Console games. As a huge Nintendo 64 fan, I don't really like playing 64 games on anything other than a 64 controller, so this definitely helps things feel more correct and authentic. And of course, you have to use your N64 controller with Smash Brothers. You'd be the talk of the tournament walking up to your match with this. You do need to configure it to get it to work like Smash Bros. 64, most importantly since the right stick is mapped to the C buttons. As someone who spent an ungodly amount of time on Smash Bros. 64, playing the newest game with the oldest controller actually doesn't feel that weird. I was only goofing around, but I don't think it really impacted my play negatively, and it's fun playing as characters that didn't even exist until long after the Nintendo 64 had been laid to rest. So that's 2 purchases I've made from Raphnet, and I've loved them both. The N64 controller to Wii remote adapter will set you back about $25.29 Canadian, which is about $17.88 in real people money. I think it's definitely worth it whether you pick it up as a novelty, a virtual console controller, or to just body people old school in Smash Brothers. You can find the Nintendo 64 to Wii remote adapter and all other kinds of controller adapters from Raphnet Technologies, which I'm going to link to in the description below. And just to be clear, I have no affiliation with Raphnet, I've never even talked to the guy, I've just bought a few of his products and I think they're really cool and I wanted to share them with you guys. Because I think it's really cool to take older controllers and find ways to use them with new consoles and create a new way to play new games with old technology. I think that's really, really cool. So there's going to be links in the description below, so find some kind of configuration that works for you and experiment, because it's fun, and video games are all about having fun. So that's all I got for today. Until next time, remember, love games, love yourselves, and love each other.